Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Turfway Park Report. I'm your track announcer, Tony Kalo. Tapeta fast as always. Let's get into the races. And there they go. Somewhat of an awkward start for Ole Kur. Image of Me wins the start. Parisian Light is there along with Take Wings and CB. Ole Kur from the top shelf. Also there, Kim Possible, Mom's Cheesecake from the inside, and Next Agenda. It's a very compact group. Image of Me, Parisian Light, Take Wings pushing 3 wide. CB is pressing 4 deep. Ole Kur on top of the action, 5 wide up the backstretch. Mom's Cheesecake is 2.5 off the lead from the rail. A length to Next Agenda, 3 clear of Kim Possible. They race to the 3/8, and Image of Me has come away with the lead, and there is Take Wings on the attack, and also there is CB 3 deep. Ole Kur continues with her wide charge. She's 4th from the outside. Mom's Cheesecake's all bottled up along the inside. Looks like she has some run. Where's she going to go? Just waiting for an opportunity to come and get some of the leaders. Image of Me, the rail opens up for Mom's Cheesecake. Can she squeeze on through? Here comes Mom's Cheesecake up the inside. Mom's Cheesecake with a rail run is up to the front from Image of Me. I'm going to CB. Mom's Cheesecake has come away with the lead. Mom's Cheesecake and Corey Lennery will win the Thursday opener. Ole Kur is up for second. Image of Me third. CB to complete the superfecta. Mom's Cheesecake settled very nicely in comparison to Mom's Spaghetti. Mom's Cheesecake patiently handled by Corey Lennery. Corey just waited for the right opportunity to come with a run with Mom's Cheesecake, and once the rail opened up at the 3/16, she slid on through and took advantage and opened up from her rivals. One Mom's Cheesecake, the unofficial winner, 113 and 81/100. Photo for the balance. Fans, you are reminded of 5 free passage. A late track veterinarian scratch by order of the steward. Substitutions will work through number 6, Take Wings, the 6-5 post-time favorite. In the winner's circle is number 1, Mom's Cheesecake, a 3-year-old chestnut filly by Gormley out of the Eddington mare. Uncle Steve's Girl, owned by SJS Stables. Lacey Pierce, the winning trader, winning jockey, Corey Lennery. Mom's Cheesecake was bred in Kentucky by owners SJS Stables. Exacta $120.12. The trifecta $213.83. The 10-cent super $118.40. Second race will begin the early pick 4. Scratch number 1, Team Troy. Second race in 22 minutes at 6:28. And there they go. Good start for Baytown Bump. Run Hellwig Run is showing plenty of zip. So too is Gerald Ray Dapple Gray. So Grand from between runners, and Saki Bomb from the inside. Whiskey Reserve from the far outside. Winter Storm is second last, and Playing Cupid is the last of all. Saki Bomb is up to the front, and So Grand is second. Baytown Bump has the third spot, sharing that position with Run Hellwig Run. Whiskey Reserve's in the 5th position, a little less than 4 off the lead, heading into the 3rd. Gerald Ray Dapplegray is losing some ground, little less than 5.5 off the pace. About 2.5 back to Winter Storm, more than 3 to Playing Cupid. Saki Bomb, So Grand. Here's Baytown Bump with a big run, 3 deep. Whiskey Reserve, 4 wide. Run Hellwig Run is just looking for somewhere to run. Gerald Ray Dapplegray is progressing. Saki Bomb and Baytown Bump. Whiskey Reserve from the outside. Run Hellwig Run is still looking for somewhere to go. Where can he go? The rail maybe. Gerald Ray Dapplegray taking off to the far outside. Gerald Ray Dapplegray is up to the front. Run Hellwig Run with that troubled trip. So it's all about Gerald Ray Dapplegray. Whiskey Reserve was second, and Saki Bomb, Run Hellwig Run, and Baytown Bomb. Moncada showing tremendous patience through the early stages. Gerald Ray Dapplegray appeared to be losing a little bit of touch from his rivals, but then he quickly gathered momentum and comes with a big run. Run Hellwig Run with a very troubled trip. I'd like to watch him in another start at this level. 114 and 4/100ths the final time. 7, Gerald Ray Dapplegray, a convincing winner of tonight's second race. Gerald Ray Dapplegray is in the winner's circle, a 3-year-old gray-roan gelding by Mohamed out of the New Year's Day mare, Judy's Prize. Owned by Foster Family Racing along with Johnny Evercade. Eric Foster, the winning trader, winning jockey, Irving Moncada. Gerald Ray Dapple Gray was bred in Kentucky by Michael and Barbie Etapa. Exacta $30.14. Trifecta $50.46. 1-7 early double $46.79. 10-cent super 7928. $37.45. Third race 6, 7, and 10 all scratched. Gift certificate, peanut butter whiskey, and Big Vince. 6, 7, and 10 out of the third. 2 permit to carry. The weight is now good at 118. Race 3 in 21 minutes at 6:55. There they go. Very awkward start. Spirit Rags. Urban Planner showing pace. Permit to Carry and Conquering Cat and Dr. Ruben M. 4 of them across the track. Faber's in a nice spot through the early stages. He's isolated behind the 4 scrimmaging. Along the inside is Fast Joker, and Spirit Rags made a mess of the start. He's the last of all. Long shot Permit to Carry right alongside of Urban Planner. Dr. Ruben M. is right there a length off 3 deep, and Conquering Cat is eager to go from the 4th spot. Faber is reserved from 5th. Spirit Rags trying to make up ground after that very slow start. And at the back is Fast Joker. Urban Planner, Permit to Carry, Dr. Ruben M, 3 deep, Spirit Rags, 4 across the track. Conquering Cat now back to that 5th spot. Fast Joker, second last. Faber content to bide his time at the tail of the field. A little less than 7 or 8 lengths from Urban Planner and Dr. Ruben M. And the 2 favorites are getting acquainted at the 3/8. And Conquering Cat's making a nice bid into 3rd, and he has some momentum. And Fast Joker's hitting his stride along with Faber. Spirit Rags backpedals likewise for Permit to Carry. Urban Planner and Dr. Ruben M. Urban Planner with the lead. Conquering Cat's under pressure. Faber got a nice trip, and he's closing in. Here comes Faber to the outside. Urban Planner putting away Dr. Ruben M. Here's Faber. Faber's closing in quickly. Urban Planner's going to have to find something from within. Looks like he still has something, but Faber has a lot of momentum. Faber and Urban Planner. Urban Planner and Faber. Urban Planner. A gutty victory. Faber ran his heart out. He's second best. Then Conquering Cat and Dr. Ruben M. Caitlin Free's best bet of the evening indeed. Urban Planner, he earned it, fans. Permit to Carry, the big long shot all over him through the early stages. Dr. Ruben M tested him. Faber with a big run. How about Urban Planner? That's a big gutty victory from this guy. 5-2, second choice. 140 and 26 100ths. 9 Faber with a huge effort in defeat. We'll let the placing judges get you the numbers. Stand by until results have been declared official. Urban Planner. 3 out of 4 to kickstart his career. A 3-year-old Bay gelding by Street Boss out of the AP Indy Mare. Interior design by Michael Clunan along with Eduardo and Pat Greco. Owen Hardy, the winning trader, back-to-back for Irving Moncada. Winner was bred in Kentucky by Godolphin. Superfecta, $46.46. 171 early pick 3, $71.69. 19 exacta, $55.08. 194 trifecta, $83.50. 71 Irving Moncada daily double, $12.97. Race 4, scratch 5, Aurora's Music. 6 Fozzer, an additional workout. 25th of February here at Turfway. And there they go. Don't Call Me Babe and McLean's Lullaby are quickly away, along with Fozzer. A family wants to gun for a piece of the lead. Hands in the Air comes away in good order. She's in a good spot from the inside. Nola Louise just in front of her. She's the gray. Then go to Shandon, who races with Many Mo Kisses and Scares. Seeking a Prayer is the early trailer. Family is the quickest, and from her outside is McLean's Lullaby. Fozzer runs with the leaders in third, more than a length and a half or 2 to find heading into the turn. Then go to Nola Louise with Hands in the Air from the inside, and Don't Call Me Babe from the extreme outside. Shandon, Many Mo Kisses, and Scarce have about 7 or 8 lengths to find. Nothing yet from Seeking a Prayer. Family still with the lead. McLean's Lullaby's under a drive, trying to stay in contention. Fozzer tries to close in from third, then Hands in the Air. Family has the lead off the turn. Family's running a big one, trying to get away from McLean's Lullaby. Family's under left-handed urging. She has opened up. McLean's Lullaby has been chasing her the entire trip. They'll go to Fozzer and Hands in the Air. How about Family at 27-1 to spring the upset? McLean's Lullaby second, Fozzer third, then Hands in the Air. Big time effort number 3, Family and Fernando de la Cruz. A huge upset here to start this mid-pick 4. 27-1 in the wagering, proving to be the quickest of the quick, getting away from all of her rivals. McLean's Lullaby chased her the entire trip. Fozzer third and fourth place to the 1, Hands in the Air. Those numbers still to be determined. 112 and 25/100ths the final time. Number 3, Family is in the winner's circle. A 3-year-old Bay filly by Sharp as Tech out of the Rockport Harbor mare. Heidi Maria, owned by Mockmer Hall Thoroughbreds. Michelle Elliott is the winning trader. The winning jockey, Fernando de la Cruz. Winner was bred in Kentucky by owner Mockmer Hall. And the 4th is official, a $56 winner, Family, 3461. That exact at $263.98. 10-cent super, $280.80. 713 pick 3, $243.21. 346 trifecta, $338.98. 13 double, $148.40. Tonight's 5th race will begin our 20-cent single 6 jackpot. How about this carryover? It's a little shy of $105,000. 11 and 13 both scratch. Melania and Harvey's Princess. And there they go. Befriended, part of the pace. Also there, Krickenberger, Verbal Geyser, Raining Sugar, forwardly positioned in the 2-path. Then Colonial Rose outside of Stay Lost, trying to get to the rail before El Cowan. After them, Bourbon Serengeti with Fair Play Zir, L.A. Forte and Heartspin are at the back. Befriended and Krickenberger vie for the top spot. Befriended puts her head in front. Raining Sugar has the 3rd spot. Colonial Rose is 4th. Stay Lost is 5th against the rail, about 6 lengths off the lead entering the backstretch. 3 lengths to El Cowan with Verbal Geyser. Almost 5 lengths back to Bourbon Serengeti with Fair Play Zir. Heartspin's making an early move. There goes Heartspin, already trying to gather some momentum. At the tail is L.A. Forte. And it's Befriended up the Turfway Park backstretch. A length and a tail to Krickenberger. And Raining Sugar's 3rd with Colonial Rose, and Stay Lost is amongst that group from the inside. Heartspin continues to improve her position outside of El Cowan, 5 to find at the 3/8. Length and half to Verbal Geyser, then Fair Play Zir, Bourbon Serengeti second last, and L.A. Forte's at the back. Befriended with the lead. Krickenberger makes her move, but she's under a strong drive. They go to Colonial Rose and Raining Sugar. Stay Lost has run. She's looking for somewhere to go. Verbal Geyser's trying to close in. Heartspin had to put on the brakes. Al Cowan along the inside. Still Befriended with the lead. Stay Lost finds room along the inside, but Befriended's the one to overhaul. Befriended works with better than 3 lengths. Verbal Geyser second, then Stay Lost. Befriended has given them the slip, and they would need to sprout wings to get to Befriended. And it's Befriended who wins it going away. Second is Verbal Geyser, I believe, from Fair Play Zir, and then we're going to Stay Lost. I couldn't deliver the Trevor accent, the Trevor Denman accent, but a patented call from one of the very best who announced his retirement earlier. Befriended, and they would need to sprout wings to get to Befriended this evening. 147 and 52/100ths. The 5-2 favorite gets it done pretty nicely in today's 5th. Gets very tight for 2nd and 3rd. Stand by for all the numbers. Befriended was moving like a winner. 4-year-old Bay filly by Nyquist out of the Empire Maker mare Betwixt. Owned by Godolphin. Bred in Kentucky by Godolphin. Brad Cox, the winning trader, the winning jockey. Adam Busquitsa. That exact to $85.98. The trifecta $209.43. A 3-9 double worth $107.46. Early pick 4, a nice one, $1,444.19. The 10-cent super, $487.02. 139 pick 3, $273.46. Early pick 5 is a very nice payoff, $6,378.86. 4 out of 5, $47.29. Race 6 will start our late pick 5. It's clear of change. Post time at 21 minutes. And there they go. Very awkward beginning. Last Rue. Last Rue normally near the front. And he is basically out of the race. Quite a scrimmage for the top spot. From the inside, Lil Tony, 2 phones, hijack the party, and McVicker, 3 of them ablaze a trail. Dragon Drew's in the 4th spot, sharing that position with Get the Candy. The North Remembers and Unraptured, both in good spots with pace to chase. They're about 7 lengths off the lead, heading into the turn. 4 lengths to Indigo Rich, then put the glass down and resist the devil. And Last Rue made a mess of the start. He's at the back, still pace on up front. Lil Tony, 2 phones, kept honest by Hijack the Party. Dragon Drew's making his bid. Here comes the North Remembers. He's going to need some racing room along the inside. Unraptured with a clean trip trying to get to the leader line to the far outside. Lil Tony, 2 phones, still with the lead. Here comes Unraptured and the North Remembers, but they better giddy up because time's running out. Lil Tony, 2 phones, still with the lead. The North Remembers along the inside. Unraptured to the outside. Lil Tony, 2 phones. Here comes the North Remembers on Unraptured. Boy, they ganged up on Lil Tony right on the line. Unraptured, the North Remembers. Lil Tony, 2 phones, then Dragon Drew. Lil Tony found himself with a pretty comfortable lead, but boy, the 2 players really come with big runs. Unraptured to the outside and the North Remembers along the inside. 1 minute 7 and 10 100ths. Inquiry signs on the board. Stewards want to see what happened to number 11, Last Rue, at the start. Unraptured is in the winner's circle. That is 2 in a row. A 6-year-old bay horse by Uncaptured out of the Congrats mare. Petunia Face. Michael Dubb, the winning owner, back-to-back for Brad Cox. Winning jockey Gerardo Cabrales. Winner was bred in Florida by Dennis Edward Foster. And race 6 is official. 3-2-1-6. Top 4 finishers. That exacta $36.76. That trifecta $34 and a penny. Brad Cox's 9-3 double, $4.51. 10-cent super, $36.23. 3-9-3 pick 3, $91.52. Another nice allowance race on our Thursday night card. The 7th race begins the late pick 4. 3-year-old fillies, optional tag $62,500. It's clear of change, and post time is in 21 minutes. And there they go. Good start for Indigo Stunner from the far outside. Miss Lonell wants to go. Likewise for Brooklyn Can Dance, and she is the speediest. Verity is much closer than her most recent maiden victory. She is vying for that 3rd position, and right there with her is Mez California. Ultima Grace is 3rd last. Cashination, a late runner, 2nd last or 3rd last. After that, we have Getting After It. Sea Lion is the conspicuous early trailer. Brooklyn Can Dance, very speedy to the far turn run, working with 2 lengths from Indigo Stunner. Verity's into the race early, and that bodes well for her. She's 3 off the lead, heading to the 5/16. A length back to Miss Lonell, trying to gather some momentum along the inside. Cashination tries to quicken in one from the outside. Extreme outside is Mez California. They come to the top of the lane, and here comes Verity. Verity's making her move. Verity and Cashination, they make moves together. Verity, Cashination. Verity was into the race early, and look at her. She means business. Verity strengthening that stride, and she's kicking clear from her rivals. Here's an up-and-comer. Her name is Verity. Getting After It's up for 2nd, then Cashination and Ultima Grace 4th for that superfecta. I love it when horses have tactics reversed from a previous start. Verity, who unleashed a devastating kick in her most retreat. Today she was all business. She was into the race early, and that usually bodes well, and indeed it did this evening. 6 Verity, a very impressive winner, 112 and 35 100ths. Doubles for Godolphin and Owen Hardy. Pretty impressive performance. 2 and 4 involved in the photo for the 2nd and 3rd place finishes. Stand by for all the numbers. Good looking filly in the winner's circle. Verity, give her 2 in a row. 3-year-old bay filly by Nyquist out of the Bernardini mare Moeti. Owned and bred in Kentucky by Godolphin. Doubles for Godolphin. Doubles for Owen Hardy. A double for Owen Hardy. Winning jockey Vincent Cheminade. 936 pick 3. Pretty jockey $8.23. 6-2 exacta, $28.62. 6-2-4 trifecta, $20.90. 3-6-4 and full double, $5.69. Mid-pick 4, $416.04. 6-2-4-8, 10 cents super, $25.52. Eighth race begins the late pick 3, scratch the 5, Black Darter. The eighth race in 21 minutes, 9:26. And there they go. Very slow start for Listen and Learn. Swift start for one of the debutantes, Spinning Glory. Stormy Paradise is in the second spot with Cheetah Lady and McKinsey River. Then go to McLaughlin and Lark Song. Top tries to advance along the inside, crossing Jordan after her. 6 lengths from the pace, maybe even 7 lengths. Listen and Learn after that slow start, trying to make up ground from the inside. My LaRose from the far outside, and Ability is the last of 11 as they get to the 3/8, and Spinning Glory is the speed, and she opens up better than 3.5 lengths. Cheetah Ladies into second from Stormy Paradise. Top makes a move for third. Lark Song's in the 5th spot. Then go to Crossing Jordan. How about My LaRose? She is circling rivals in a rapid fashion, and here she comes to the far outside. She's into 4th, and she's getting within about 6 lengths from Spinning Glory. Spinning Glory went quick early. She's the one to reel in. My LaRose has a good-looking stride to the outside, and she continues with a big run. And it's time to recognize My LaRose to the far outside. She is storming home. She has maintained this move, and it's a very favorable impression in her first career start. Good-looking filly. My LaRose from Spinning Glory, then Cheetah Lady tops in a photo for 4th with Crossing Jordan. Good-looking filly, My LaRose. We've seen some good-looking horses this evening. 12 My LaRose. How about this debut run? You only get one chance in this world to make a good first impression. This was a pretty good one. My LaRose, 7-2. Winning like a good thing. Not a bad effort from the runner-up too. Spinning Glory showing good speed. Then go to Cheetah Lady. Top looks like she got that photo for 4th. 113 and 12/100ths. The final time from the 8th. Very nice debut run from number 12, My LaRose, a 3-year-old chestnut filly by Vacoma out of the Lawyer Ron mare. Lucky Lady Lawyer, owned by West Point Thoroughbreds LLC, along with Michael Leiden and Michael Olszewski. Steve Asmussen is the winning trader. Winning jockey Joe Ramos. Winner was bred in Kentucky by Hugh McQueen Moore. And the 8th is official. 12-2-7-4, the top 4 finishers. That 10-cent super, $87.69. 3-6-12 pick 3. I missed that payoff. How about the 12-2 exact, $53.84. 12-2-7 trifecta, $96 and a nickel. 6-12 a double, $18.10. 3-6-12 pick 3, $20.33. Couple of races to go on the Thursday night card. The late daily double starts here in the 9th race. And there they go. Systematic is eager to leave her respective posts. Not as quick as a couple to the inside. That's Endless and King's Legacy. And they pick up the running together. Systematic will set up shop from 3rd. And go to Second Exchange along the inside with Fireside Kitten. After that, I Like 'em, Gia. From the far outside, we have Quarter Flash, and the early trailer is Skippin' Justice. Endless has the lead. To her outside is King's Legacy, and Systematic establishes a nice stalking trip in the clear. She's from the outside. Second Exchange, a great ground-saving journey. Fireside Kitten, a little less than 4 off the lead in the 2-path. She has that 5th position. Better than 3 to I Like 'em. A length to Gia, patiently handled. She's in front of Quarter Flash, and Skippin' Justice is still at the back. So it is Endless, and there's King's Legacy gaining ground, and they're on level terms, and Systematics in the 3rd spot. Second Exchange is 4th along with Fireside Kitten. Gia continues to improve her position. She's going well enough to the far turn, a little less than 6 off the lead. A break of 2.5 to I Like 'em with Skippin' Justice and Quarter Flash. In the meantime, here's Systematic. Boy, she's been getting the run of the race, and Systematic's going to get first run on Gia. Systematic's the one to beat. She's in hand at the top of the lane. The only question is, did she move too soon? Closing in is Gia. Systematic at the 3/16 with the lead. Gia has a look to the outside. Systematic needs to seal the deal. Here comes Gia with momentum to the outside, and Gia's up to the front. Systematic did move too soon, and Gia has come away with the lead, and it's another one for Joe Ramos. Quarter flash into second, and I like him, Skip and Justice. And how about Systematic traveling beautifully to the quarter pole? Boy, she could not seal the deal. She faded all the way to fifth. Gia had a look heading into the turn. You could see she had a nice stride this evening. She comes with a powerful run, the 2-1 favorite, 142 and 23 100ths, 10 quarter flash second, third place 7, I like him, the 8, Skip and Justice to complete the superfecta. Stand by until results have been declared official. Gia is in the winner's circle, her 5th career victory, an 8-year-old chestnut mare by Animal Kingdom out of the Smart Strike mare Sika Star, owned by Thelma and Louise Stable. Shout out to Sherry and James O. Billy Morey, the winning trader, back-to-back for Joe Ramos. Gia was bred in Ontario, Canada by Saintsbury Farms Incorporated. Is that exact? The $41.08, the trifecta $68.73, 10-cent super $88.34, 612.5, pick 3, good for $59.06. 12-5 double, $16.46. One more race to go on the Thursday night program. Super High Five carryover better than $3,700. 2 and 5 both scratched. Tis big money in Southern Pastime. 2 and 5 out of the nightcap. Jockey change on the 8 Cactus Kevin to Farron Peterson. The nightcap in 22 minutes. And there they go. Dancing Noah, Son of a Gray, and Glen Beach. Fly by Night also quickly away, and he is trying to make his move for this top spot. Here comes Xander striding into a good position. He's going to share fourth with Dancing Noah. After them races General Issue, Strike Price, Cactus Kevin, and the early trailer is Firewire. Fly by Night's up to the front from Son of a Gray and Glen Beach, and Xander is traveling beautifully through the early stages. He's ready to make a move into the second spot, and he's following in the path of Fly by Night to the 3/8. Break of about 6 lengths. Back to Dancing Noah. Another 2.5 to General Issue. 3 to Firewire with Strike Price. And Cactus Kevin's at the back. Boy, Xander's been catching the eye for quite some time. He's in the 2 path, and he's ready to tackle Fly by Night. And here is Xander putting his head in front at the quarter pole. Fly by Night is back to second. Glen Beach is third. General Issue now maneuvered to the far outside, and he's progressing with a nice stride. Xander's going to have to show something. He looked pretty good. It looked like he was loaded, but now he's waiting. Fly by Night. Here's General Issue. Firewire comes into play along the inside. That's it for Xander. He's all done. Here's General Issue and Firewire along the inside. General Issue and Firewire. General Issue and Firewire. General Issue. General Issue from Firewire. Third, fourth, and fifth involves Fly by Night, Strike Price, and Dancing Noah. How about Xander? Boy, he fell apart. Xander could get nothing. 120 and 51 100ths. The final time from the nightcap. Good stretch run here with General Issue and Firewire. General Issue with a favorable bob. Fly by Night in a photo with Strike Price. And we're going to Dancing Noah. Stand by for all the numbers. General Issue is in the winner's circle. General Issue is a 4-year-old chestnut colt by Hard Spun out of the Dubai mare, My Gigi, by Westbrook Stables LLC. Edward Fernandez, the winning trader, a riding double for Fernando de la Cruz. $10 super, $492.60. 20-cent single 6 payoff, $1,172.63. 1-3 exacta, $106.62. 1-3-7 trifecta, $150.69. 5-1 double, $21.58. Fans, you are reminded the 4L Peligro was a late scratch. Substitutions work through the 6 Xander. We will have a consolation late daily double, and that one is worth 5-4 is the winning combination. It is worth $3.22. Late pick 4, $411.70. 10-cent super, $492.60. 20-cent single 6 carryover, $109,936.20. 12-5-1 late pick 3, $98. 12-5-4 consolation version, $10.27. Late pick 5, $682.45. 4 out of 5, $10.14. A super high 5 carryover for the Fridays Alive card, $11,600.22. So a couple of carryovers for Fridays Alive, nearly $110,000 for the 20-cent single 6, and almost $12,000 for the super high 5. That concludes our Thursday night action. Plenty of great opportunities remaining on the gaming floor. Sure hope you had a great Thursday night here at the races. When leaving the track, please drive very carefully. This has been Racing with Turfway Park Racing and Gaming. Good night, everyone.